Yeah, you mentioned something too about energy, and you gave a really good visual. For people like me, that's really helpful to be able to kind of wrap my brain around how to focus and channel the energy correctly, and where, and you talked about different parts of the brain and how that, sort of lights up that area. Can you kind of go into that a little bit?
Yeah, so my guru had a beautiful saying, and it said, where awareness goes, energy flows. So in a simple analogy, I always tell people to look at awareness as a glowing ball of light. So imagine your mind as a vast space, and your awareness is a glowing ball of light that's floating through the mind. And you can control where it goes. And there's different areas of the mind. There's an angry area of the mind. There's a healthy area of the mind. There's a science and sex and food and photography. And if your awareness is going to a particular area of the mind, that's where energy is flowing, because where awareness goes, energy flows. And energy is like water. If whatever I water will start to grow, right? So if I took a watering can and I watered a garden bed, would the weeds grow or the flowers grow? Both, right? Because water can't tell the difference. Energy works the same way. If I put energy to a particular area of my mind, it will start to grow. So if I want to develop a particular area of the mind, all I need to do is harness my awareness, take it to that area of the mind, and hold it there long enough so there's enough energy going to that area, and that area starts to get strengthened. Have you ever met somebody who can get angry so easily?
Yeah.
Like just like that.
Absolutely.
And they like go into a rage, because their awareness is trained to go to the angry area of the mind all the time. And every time awareness goes from here to there, back and forth, it creates a path in their mind, right? Like a long, deep groove that it's so easy for them to go there. And every time awareness goes to the angry area of the mind, where awareness goes, energy flows, it's depositing a little bit of energy there. So after a while, that angry area of the mind is so filled with energy, and energy is magnetic by nature, and that's what starts to draw your awareness there. And it becomes, that angry area of the mind becomes like a giant magnet that can so easily pull awareness to that area of the mind. And that's why those people can get so triggered all the time. And different people cultivate different areas of the mind. Some people are happy. They're always happy. They're always an optimist, because that's where the awareness is going. And because awareness goes there, energy flows there, more energy is deposited there. More energy deposited there means more magnetic, which means it pulls awareness there much easier.
It's interesting because we describe bad movement patterns like this. So it's very common when you have really bad posture because you sit at the desk all day long, that you start to get what we call poor recruitment patterns, where neurologically the body starts to form and shape itself in a bad position. And then you go to do exercise, and just because you're doing a good exercise, like let's say a squat, the body still defaults to the pattern.
It's almost hardwired at that point.
Yeah.
And you have to retrain the brain first before you can even perform exercises correctly. So it seems to me like, why would it be any different for the brain, right?
Mind works exactly the same way. Anything that the mind basically has no ability to tell what's good for you and what's not good for you. If the mind actually knew, we'd all be perfect. I'd wake up in the morning, my mind would tell me, meditate for an hour, do yoga, run, work out, eat this breakfast, then sit down for 2 hours or 1 hour, then stretch, then do this. No, my mind just is like, do whatever the hell you want to do. All right? You like fries? Go ahead and eat it. Have another beer. The mind doesn't know, right? So whatever we tell our mind, whatever we repeat over and over in our mind creates patterns. And these patterns, when they're repeated, whether they're repeated consciously or unconsciously, become deeply ingrained and become extremely difficult to break.
Yeah,
right?
and studies will show that you will create new pathways in the brain, and the more you use them, the stronger they become.
Yeah.
And when you stop using them, they start to dissipate. So I mean, this has all been proven now, and these are old teachings, but these have all been proven now through physiology.
Right, and that's why in monk school, it's all about rituals. Right, it's all about rituals. From the moment we wake up till the moment we go to sleep, it's ritual. And you can tell in a very traditional monastery like the one I went to, from what the monk is doing, what time of the day it is.